It's bigger on the inside.
Is it? I've noticed.
Welcome back to Bigger on the Inside. We have finally reached the top 10 superhero movies, and I'm just so excited to talk about this.
Yep.
Once again, I'm with Ringo and Geofaxx. What do you guys excited for this? You guys excited?
Excited and nervous, because I know I may get some looks. And some, why isn't this here? Why is this here?
You're going to get looks on an audio podcast, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, you get what I mean, okay? Just, continue on.
Alright, so how this is going to work, this is going to go the Kaleido video format. So what we'll do, we'll collectively come up with the top 15, and then we'll narrow that down to top 10, and then we'll rank the top 10. You guys happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, how this will go, so we'll each take turns suggesting a movie to go on the list. It'll go Geofaxx, Ringo, and then myself. And we'll just do that until we end up with our top 15. If you choose a movie that neither of us have seen, you have to sell us the movie though. So that way each movie has an equal chance of being selected on this list.
I have not seen a surprisingly amount of superhero movies after doing some research, so I'm very sorry in advance to you guys.
Alright, so you guys ready to start with this?
Yep.
Alright, Geofaxx, what is your first movie you want to put on this top 15 list?
I would like to put, hopefully somewhere in the top 10, Constantine. Little film with Keanu Reeves. Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
I have not seen that.
Oh, no. That's 2 knots.
Oh, jeez, then you are missing out, bud, because this...
Explain to us why Constantine should be on this list.
Constantine is quite a dark film with a very serious tone, and it takes itself quite seriously. It features Keanu Reeves as the main protagonist, Constantine, who is a sort of gruff detective / cop character. I can't remember his backstory specifically, but he was, I believe he was knocked out or he was killed and brought back, except he now can see demons. He can see the demonic presence in the current world. And he goes about doing sort of purifications and exorcisms as his sort of repentance. But he's got a contract out with the devil. And he is untouchable because the angels want him to go to heaven, but the devil doesn't want to lose his soul. And throughout, this was originally a Dark Horse comic, I believe, and it was fleshed out into a film with Keanu Reeves and a few other actors that are sort of C-list, B-list. You see them around, like one of them has popped up in Until Dawn. He's the psychiatrist, if you've ever played that.
Okay.
But yeah, what I really like is the tone it sets and the cool colour palette that's used in the cinematography. It's very sort of 2000s. You get that real vibe that it's not quite a CGI screwfest with all these different colours and metals and things shining off everything, but they use what they had and they use it masterfully. If you really want to see, maybe not a film that has the best story, but has really good feat, go see Constantine.
Okay. Can you explain, because I didn't quite understand, how is he a superhero exactly? I don't quite understand.
He's a superhero in the vein of Hellboy, of the genre where comics wanted to start studying the psychology of characters. They have powers. His is more of the religious variety, but they're much more small, they're nuanced, and his powers aren't as much the point of his story and the point of his battles as his psyche is, as his interactions with good and evil. You know, In fact, one of the major points going back to cinematography is when he visits Hell. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There is, if you like Mad Max, if you've seen the Mad Max film, the Fury Road, there's a lot of linking between that. It's really good.
Okay. Ringo, would you include that on the list or not?
I don't want to dog Connor over here. Personally, like, obviously I haven't seen this movie, so I don't really feel like I should be saying it. Obviously I have to answer, though. Based on, solely on the way Connor represented it, and based on its other competition, I am not going to put this on the list. Sorry, Connor.
Okay.
Now, how's this? Is it 2 out of 3 and it goes on the list? Or?
Yeah, you need 2 out of the 3 to
Alright,
agree with this
it's
movie
all
to
Nick
be on
then.
the list. Yeah. I'm intrigued by the premise, but to say that it's gonna be worthy of the top 15, I just can't do it. So it's a no from me as well. Sorry.
Oh, so sorry, Connor.
I feel bad, but I'm just like, yeah.
I feel terrible.
I just,
like, how can we list a
Yeah.
movie we haven't even seen? Like, it just feels wrong.
I'm intrigued. I'll probably go check out the movie, but I still don't think it would be my top 15 after watching it, based on what you've told me.
Yeah.
Ringo, what is your first pick to go on this list?
My first pick is a pick that's got to be picked at some point by any of us. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The Incredibles has got to go on this list. Like, we have to choose this. Come on, people, please. This, I don't need to sell it. I presume you've both seen it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so do I need to sell it? Really? Like, this movie is just, to me, it's perfect. It's original. It's not based on pre-existing characters. It's a homage, but it still feels like it's not. And it just the dynamics, the story, the villain actually has a purpose that I can agree with, and that's just, this movie has to be on the list, please. Okay, that's it for me.
Connor, what do you think?
The Incredibles is definitely a good movie and resonates quite strongly with my childhood. Good? Definitely. Great? Yeah. Amazingly excellent. I wouldn't put it on a top 10. I struggle to put it in a top 15.
Well, would you put it on a top 15 though? Would you put it on top 15?
Top 20, yeah. But I don't want to put it on top 15, no.
Oh god. Alright. Nick, don't let me down, please.
Sorry, Connor. I'm putting it on the list.
Oh, yes.
Disappointing.
Incredibles, it's on my list. I'm picking it.
It's on my list.
Like,
It's
sorry.
really high on my list. Like, unbelievably high. But...
So we've got The Incredibles as the first choice in the top 15. Alright, my first pick. So I can't. If I didn't say this movie, I would be like pissed off by a lot of people. So I'm gonna say it. Dark Knight. It has to be on this list. It is one of the best interpretations of Batman. Not necessarily Christian Bale, but Batman. I feel like the acting really worked. I mean, why am I selling you this movie?
It felt awkward just saying the movie,
Well-
so I started trying to sell Incredibles, but I really shouldn't have. But go ahead and sell us it, Nick.
Dark Knight. What can I say? It's one of the best DC movies there is.
That's not
And-
saying much, to be honest.
The problem I have trying to sell this movie is that I don't really feel like I need to.
Yeah.
Those people that have seen it know how good of a movie this is. And I'm fairly sure both of you guys have seen this movie enough to know if it's a good movie or not.
Yeah, well,
So, there you go. There's my half-hearted selling.
Ringo?
I'm going to put it
What
on
do
the
you
list without even a second. Like, I watched this brilliant film essay a while ago about how the Joker is like, in this movie, is like a perfect villain. Just, I won't go into detail. I think you should check it out. But I forgot who it was by. Lessons from the Screenplay, right? And it talks about how he's just a brilliant villain, and that is one of the major reasons why I love this movie, because I felt like, he was just so creepy, and Heath Ledger was amazing. And I know it's not the biggest reason to judge a movie, but I think that alone would put it on the top 15 for me. So it's definitely yes for me.
Well, we've got the majority, but what would you have put on this list or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's entirely watchable.
Oh, okay, so we're in universal agreement there.
Actually on my top 10 list, so there you go.
Yeah, I think I think
very
on
nice.
all of our lists without even a second glance.
All right. So, what's your second pick to go on this list? Hopefully, this one can go on this list now.
Mine, I'm actually going in order of like 10 to best, skipping the ones that are already put out. Have you seen the film with James McAvoy and Angelina Jolie titled Wanted?
Yes, I have.
I have not.
Okay.
Sell the movie.
So, it's about this character called James McAvoy, and he...
The character's name's James McAvoy.
Yes. I'm saying this because he captures this character so well, despite it being in a different accent to his own. He does an American accent. It's a little shaky. But this character's pathetic. He's anxious, he's terrified, and he's just generally all around bit dislikable in some sense. But there's a heavy amount of relatability. He is really relatable. And then he goes shopping, and he's going to the chemist to pick up some anti-anxiety meds, basically. When Angelina Jolie comes and starts defending him from this guy who starts attacking him, they're all shooting, and they're all shooting at impossible angles. She has a gun that is mounted onto an even bigger gun that can flip sideways and give you a mirror and shoot the gun that way. This, if you wanted an action film that's about shooting and nothing else, this is it. Their superpowers are the ability... Yeah, this is where the superhero comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you explain how it's a superhero movie, though?
Their super ability is the ability to slow time, or at least in James McAvoy's character, and focus. They have a hyper-adrenaline stage where they can sort of slow down, figure out what's going on, and assess the area and combat situation. They're the supreme tactical ability. And if you've seen any sort of trailer or anything, this creates blissful moments of slow motion. This is, as for a director, a joy to make.
Alright, has that sold you, Ringo? Yes or no?
Well, it sold me, but I want to hear if you'd put it on the list, and then I want to answer. Because I'm definitely going to watch it as soon as this podcast's over. Because I'm looking at the cast, and it's like, whoa. I mean, it's got a good story from the sounds of it, and a pretty damn good cast as well. So I'm going to check it out. But Nick?
See, the thing was, I overlooked this movie because I originally didn't consider this a superhero movie, simply because when you watch it, none of them really scream conventional superhero. But, yeah, Connor, yeah, you've convinced me. I'm putting it on the list. I didn't have it on my list, but you've convinced me enough to put it on this list.
Well, I would have said yes if Nick said no, so either way. Because I'm just really liking the idea of this movie.
Cha-ching.
Alright. Is it my turn?
Yes, hang on,
Oh,
before
boy.
I do,
Yeah.
on a recap, so we have, at the moment, The Dark Knight, The Incredibles, and Wanted, as the 3 out of the 15 movies so far. What is your next pick?
Alright, my next pick, I think, with this movie, I know some people didn't like it as much, and I don't understand why, because at the time of when it was released, me and my dad, I know I'm stalling this, just hear me out. Me and my dad went to IMAX for dinner, after dinner, it was like late at night, and it was just so epic to finally see all the films that we've seen led up to this, and that is the Avengers. I don't really think I need to sell this movie. It's not as good as, say, Dark Knight and such, but I think Joss Whedon just proved, like, the humor, the action, the charm, just these characters bounce off each other so well, and I feel like it's just a brilliant, brilliant movie. And yeah, I don't really need to sell it much more. Do you guys think you should go on the list?
Connor? What do you think?
really weird because you're picking all my high achievers at this point. I've put this at number one on my list. I love the Avengers. I love what it did for the series.
Oh,
The fact that it already
yes,
had the
okay.
characters set up, even with what's his name, with Edward Norton's Hulk gone and introducing somebody else as the Hulk, it still fit. Everything worked. Everything was tight. It was enjoyable, and it's a great movie in any setting. So, yeah, put it on.
Yay!
Alright. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm picking it, but guess what? I'm picking it anyway. So there you go, unanimous vote for the Avengers. We have 4 out of 15.
You're jotting this down, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I am.
Okay.
Because I am because you're not.
I was like, but I sort of just forgot to put some of them on there, so I'm like, whoops. But thank you for that.
Alright.
You're
so
up.
it's time for my pick.
Yep.
My pick is a movie that came out on Valentine's Day this year.
Yeah.
It's Deadpool. It changed superhero movies again. It redefined the ability that an R-rated movie can be successful, and it's not even he's not really a superhero. He's an anti-hero, but the story of Deadpool is just so compelling. His ability to break fourth wall to break he doesn't break the fourth wall. He demolishes the fourth wall in this movie. The action scenes in this movie are absolutely superb. The comedy is great, and it needed to deliver, especially after the atrocity that was X-Men Origins Wolverine. This movie had to work, and it did, and that's why I'm putting it on this list. There you go. There's a better sell for you than The Dark Knight. All right, guys.
Who's Connor? Do you wanna?
Look, in no short order has this. No. It was a tall order, but this film delivers on so much, and Deadpool is just one of those characters that has come out of left field, and in a time when we've got like sequels to fucking everything, new reboots, and shit, superhero v superhero films, this one just does something small and something simple, but does it really well. So yeah, definitely put it on.
I would have put it on regardless. I fucking love this movie so much.
Rhymes with
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Oh, jokes in this was so good. All right, so we've got a third of our movies already.
Ooh,
A third.
Wow.
All right, back to you, Connor.
Now, this is a pretty ordinary hero film by the books and whatnot, and it's actually very conventional, but it is also, I'd probably say, one of the hallmarks of MA to R-rated superhero films, of the title Kick-Ass. Have you guys seen it?
Oh,
I have seen it,
Kick-Ass,
yep.
yes.
Yes, yeah. So you don't really need me to tell you how good it is. It's a really funny, dark humor take on the superhero genre about somebody who does a Batman style thing. They're like, oh, I don't have any superpowers, but my mask is my power. I'm a vigilante, effectively. And the wit, the sort of cinematography and the way everything's done, with like Hit Girl coming in and being the most badass superhero I have seen to date, and beating people up. The weird sort of dynamic between her and Nicolas Cage's character, and the way this all spun around and like formed on the Mafia. It all was really tightly done. Everything was shot well. The script was great. It was the first, and I think it deserves credit to be on some of the, at least within the top 10, if not your top 5.
Ringo, what do you think?
Now this movie wasn't in my top 10, but I cannot deny that this is just, it's funny, it's fun, it's, I can't really talk false about it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the list.
Okay. Well, Had you said Kick-Ass 2, I would have disagreed with you thoroughly, but the original Kick-Ass was a really good movie, and it does deserve to be on this list. So, unanimous vote again. Wow, that's like 4 unanimous votes. I didn't expect there's so much unity so far, but I know when it's going to come towards the pointy end. Oh man,
There will be
there
a
are going to be some
pointy end,
movies.
yeah.
Alright, Ringo, what's your next pick?
So my next pick is a beautifully dark, serious title with a lot of dark and disturbing themes by the name of Guardians of the Galaxy. I really love this movie. It was about people that I did not care to know about, and by the end of this movie, I was like, okay, I need to know everything there is to know about these heroes. I thought it was fun. It was charming. It was just the cast were just so good, and the soundtrack, while it doesn't have anything to do with a movie being great or not, was just the icing on top of a cake. So I am suggesting to put Guardians of the Galaxy on at least our top 15.
Alright, well,
I reckon I'm gonna wait for you first, Nick.
Oh,
you're going to wait for me.
alright.
Oh. Alright, well... I had to think long and hard about this one. But not for a bad reason. I just wanted to know what position on the top 10 list I would put it on. So, yeah, it's on my list.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Suspense I am.
It is very suspenseful. Connor, would you have...
Well, would you agree with it or not?
It's not gonna matter, but no. I don't think it deserves a spot on the top 10.
Okay.
Having watched Parks and Recreation beforehand, I've experienced a lot of Chris Pratt's humour. And I like him, but not enough. His humour kind of wears thin after a while. The way the Guardians of the Galaxy worked was really good. It's definitely one of the better Marvel films. I don't think it slots in at top 10. I'd probably say if I had to put it anywhere, I'd put it at 16. I've also got very personal feelings about what needs to be in the top 10, so I'm going to harken back to earlier films, but I don't think this quite makes the cut. But
Alright.
still goes on nonetheless.
Guess what? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's already on the list. But I appreciate knowing your thoughts, though. Alright. My third pick. I contemplated whether or not this was a superhero movie, but I established that it is. And that movie is V for Vendetta. Yeah, I probably surprised a couple of you then, didn't I?
Well, it's not on my
Certainly
list,
out
but
of
I
left
fucking
field.
love this movie. Oh,
V for Vendetta. It is a superhero by DC Comics. So straight away. But he is a sole survivor of an experiment gone wrong, a la Deadpool. And it gives him advanced strength, reflexes, endurance, and pain tolerance. That's his superpowers. Now, I know this isn't the conventional fight the bad guy, but it is a really brilliant political thriller. With just Hugo Weaving as V, he really grounds this character.
yep.
Also, Natalie Portman does a really good job in this movie as his associate. I can't remember her name, sorry, but I can't. And John Hurt as the main bad guy. He really pulls off political dictator really well, and I found like majority of this movie was really satisfying to watch. So while I don't consider this to be a conventional superhero movie, I still feel like it is a brilliant enough movie to be on this list.
So, who wants to...
Well, I
Right
think
for
we
the
already
first.
know the result, Ringo.
Yeah, I get the feeling I know the result either, but I had to mention this movie nonetheless.
I'll let Ringo go first.
So what was that? Am I going?
Yeah.
Alright. It was just shy of my top 10, which most of it's already been said now, which is a bit beside the point. But
Well, we're after a top 15, not a top 10.
yes, fair
Should
enough.
Keep that in mind for
So
now.
top 15 wise, I thought this movie was great. It was different. It was good, different, and the cast just sold me this movie as well as a good story. So top 15, I'll put it on there.
All right, Connor. What I get the feeling you were going to disagree with that movie though.
He's
Am I
such
correct?
a bastard in that film. I really
He is. He is.
I love the idea of taking down the system, but he is such a nasty person. He puts Natalie Portman's character through so much just to convince her to stay by his side. I mean, government or no government, that guy's morals are fucked. Certainly.
Oh, he's definitely an anti-hero, much like Deadpool was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd question to put it in a top 15. It's not one of the ones I thought about when I was thinking about it, but it would slide in at 15.
Alright. Surprised to hear that, though.
Yeah.
Alright. Your go. What's your next pick?
Okay. So, I'm guessing that Ringo hasn't seen this one, considering it's at the film's age. But Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Oh, okay. You really need to sell this as a superhero movie, because I don't know how it is. Explain to me how this is a superhero movie.
I've seen this
You
a
have?
long time ago.
Would you like a refresher then?
Preferably, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is set. It's a cartoon animation. It's not 3D like Toy Story, but Buzz Lightyear is in his space station and Star Command. Buzz Lightyear is the best sort of fighter around, and he's got his pal. I forget the name of the character actually, but they're really tight friends, and they're really bonded strongly. But during an ensuing battle, Buzz Lightyear's partner dies, and Buzz Lightyear loses him to an explosion at a Zerg base. The following is about Buzz Lightyear's sort of mentality of, like, I work alone and everything. And that's a very common thing nowadays. But again, this is one of the earlier films. This is when it was done right. And throughout this whole film, he goes about with quirky characters. The green little aliens that you see in the, like, claw machine pop up. Their actual race. They have a purpose beyond being a little joke. They actually are fleshed out as being these worshippers of this great, I think it's an orb, and it has this massive amount of power. But evil Emperor Zurg steals it, and it's up to Buzz to save the day. Eventually, some things happen, and Star Command is compromised, but this had ingenious thoughts. Buzz Lightyear, this is one of my favourite moments, actually. Buzz Lightyear's in a battle where there's no way he can successfully retreat and find, safety without being compromised and shot in the back. So he actually leaves his glove fully closed-fisted, and it keeps shooting at the enemy's direction. This shit was revolutionary. You do not see that with Iron Man. Iron Man doesn't do that. Deadpool doesn't leave his hand to fight. No, fuck, they're all disposable. This guy left a fully armed, forgive the pun, sorry, a fully armed gun there on a rooftop shooting. He made it out. He saves his friends. He does so well. Tim Allen reprises his role. This is, if you ever wanted a more classic term of superhero, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command is the only way to go.
I'm just struggling to understand how Buzz Lightyear is a superhero.
Well, he can fly.
Because he's a space ranger. I know he's a space ranger, but I don't understand how that constitutes him being a superhero.
This is
that's the only gripe I have with this selection. That's all.
This is where I go on about unconventional superheroes. It's like where you went with V for Vendetta, although he was actually in a comic book.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear represents the superhero. The hero that did what others had previously unachieved. He is the model. He is the aspirational person. He's the thing that kids like me, when I was 5 years old, look up to. To be heroic, to be valiant, to be gentle and kind, to also be there to sort of support people. He is the super hero. He might not be bound by powers or anything, but he has that ability. He has that same recognition. I mean, if we're going about powers, fucking Batman shouldn't be up there.
I need some time to think about this. Ringo, what do you think?
I was going to say the same thing. I need some time to think about this. Look,
I don't know.
I might as well have not seen this because it's been so very long. But I don't know what to say. Like, it's unconventional, but it's also Buzz freaking Lightyear, and I remember enjoying this thoroughly. But I'm not sure how to put it. Top 15. Look, it can squeeze in, but I don't think I could put it on a top 15. Sorry, Connor. Nick?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just... Sorry, Connor.
Damn it.
I can't do it. I can't say the Buzz Lightyear is in the top 15. I love Buzz Lightyear. He's one of my favorite Pixar characters, but I just don't see him as a superhero. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Nah. Can't put him on the list.
That's a shame. You should watch it though if you ever get the chance. You might have to pull it out of VCR.
Oh, I
player,
have seen it. As I said, I understand why. As I said, I just don't ever regard Buzz Lightyear as a superhero. That's why I just couldn't do it. I love the movie. Don't get me wrong, and I thought the TV show was pretty good as well. But yeah, I couldn't put it on this list. All right, Ringo, what's your next pick?
Oh, this is. I think this is where it's gonna start getting the opposite of unanimous. But my vote goes to a movie that I really really enjoyed. But then so this is Spider-Man 2. All right. Now, have you two both seen this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna sell it too much. But the reason why I love this movie so much, and I rank this as the best Spider-Man movie in terms of the trilogy. Spider-Man 3 is way at the bottom.
Because majority of Spider-Man movies have been pretty great.
Well, look, okay, I enjoyed the first one. I did not enjoy the third one. For the love of no, God no. But this one I enjoyed. Yes, the action was good and all, but the main reason why I liked this movie was because of the other side of being a superhero. Like, I think Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire both showed us something that we haven't usually seen in these movies. You know, the emotion, just the stuff he has to face, and I think that alone made me want to put this on a top 10, top 15, fine. But I feel like it is one of the best superhero movies in terms of emotion and even action. I thought it was good, and the villain was freaking Dr. Octopus. Like, I hadn't heard of that. I hadn't heard of Dr. Octopus until this movie came out. Frankly, because I was 4 years old, obviously. But look, I know I'm doing a shit job selling this movie, but I freaking loved it. So
Really? No, I wouldn't have figured that
oh,
out.
thanks, man. Look, emotion. That's my main thing going here. I thought this was a great movie, and whether it goes on the list or not, I still stand by it. And yeah,
I'll let you go first, Connor. Yes or no?
Fuck no. I hate that
Really?
movie.
Gee. Oh boy.
I mean, I love Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. I think he captures Peter Parker quintessentially. Like, it's so beautiful, but it was so grounded in its time. It ages as well as milk does. And I really think, like, I love Spider-Man 3, but only for its goofiness. This was part of the train going off its tracks. I do not think it deserves a top 10, let alone top 15, let alone top 10.
That's alright. You didn't even say the fuck part, but I understand your hate for it. Alright, Nick. Nick,
I'm sorry.
Shut me down.
You said train going off the rails, and all I could think of was that train scene in Spider-Man 2.
Alright, Nick, shut me down.
I had to think long and hard whether or not Spider-Man 2 it does deserve to go on this list, and I don't know. Top 10 probably no, but top 15 it would be my number 15. So it's scraping in the list.
Ooh,
just
jeez. It would definitely not make top 10, but I still stand by it. I enjoyed it, and I'm terrible at selling movies, so the less I do of that, the better. Anyway, next, Nick.
Alright, it's time for my favourite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, Iron Man. straight away, they took this unknown character and made him one of the most beloved Marvel characters of all time. If this movie didn't work, we would not have a Marvel Cinematic Universe. The villain of Obadiah is really compelling. And the actor, is it Jeff Bridges?
Yep.
He plays this role really well. The dynamic between Tony Stark and Pepper Potts I really enjoyed. And I don't normally like Gwyneth Paltrow, but I thought she did a pretty good job. The action scenes in this were pretty good, and it started the idea of having a post-credit scene in a Marvel movie, and it was definitely one of the most badass ones with Nick Fury. Yeah, I don't really. This is the thing with movies I really love. I find a really hard time selling it because I've had no real reason to sell it.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Same with me.
But I feel like what it did for superhero movies, it basically, probably along with Spider-Man and X-Men, it definitely brought superhero movies to the forefront. So, yeah, I feel like it deserves to be on this list.
Connor, do you want to start us off?
No, you can go first.
Why is it okay? This movie was on my top 10, so I am going to put on this list. I think it just everything you said, it set the ground. It did it well, and probably had the only real. I was listening to Cinema Sins podcast today, and they were talking about end credit scenes, and this one was the one that they actually didn't hate, as opposed to every other one ever, because it wasn't a freaking tease to make you research something. It was good, fun, humor, and even though that's just a little factoid from Cinema Sins, but yeah, this is definitely going through for me.
Would you agree with it or not?
Well, what can I say? That's your opinion, man. It's you see in that film, everybody, that is one of Jeff Bridges' other films by the name of The Big Lebowski. Go watch it. But of course, Iron Man goes up there.
Oh, I love Big Lebowski. Yeah, no question about that. He's great in that movie.
Iron Man goes up. Jesus, yes, thanks.
Big Lebowski was on like last night. I love that movie. It's such a great comedy. Yeah. All right. So you'll go again, Connor.
So
back to you.
The year.
Hang on. So before you do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 2/3 of our list already. So you better make these last 5 count.
So.
Sorry, you go for it.
2016 was a bit of a tumultuous year for DC Comics, and the release of one of its lesser-known adaptations to the big screen was Suicide Squad. Now, many people hated it. Did you guys see it?
I saw it.
No, I did not see it, but I'm fully aware of what happens in that movie.
Okay.
100%.
A lot of people went in... They do what I do, and they go in expecting the trailer, or the initial trailer, to reflect the film. Of course, reshoots were made, and parts of the film's tone changed, and they felt that the characters weren't as good as they could have been. I don't think they're quite going in with the right perception. If you went in and looked at the film as a whole, yeah, it's not that great, but there are specific moments. The music, the camera shots, the way the characters introduced, the little pop-ups of text. If you've ever loved Borderlands, Jesus Christ, go watch this film. It had Black Skinhead by Kanye West. It had... Oh, what was that film? It was one in Black Hawk Down, but it was a shot coming into Belle Reve in the prison. You had the music playing, you had the characters, you had fucking Jai Courtney, who's usually a C-list actor and has done some pretty average work, come out with the best Australian quips I've heard to date. You know, he goes over to El Diablo and sort of looks at his face and all the tattoo marks and everything, and is like, "Hey, what's that stuff in your face? Does it wash off?" That line, that is the best line in superhero movie for although we do have Deadpool. I would say.
Be very
I would
careful
say
there.
that's
Be
the
very
best line
careful.
I've heard out of a DC Comics character since 2007. In any case, this film, if you're needing something to watch because you got some popcorn in the microwave and friends over, pick this film. It deserves to be on top 15. Definitely deserves to be on top 10.
Okay.
Nick, do you want to...
No. So what I'm going to do, since I feel really unsure about this movie, whatever you decide to pick, Ringo, I will go with.
Oh, okay.
boy.
It's not going up then.
I'm sorry.
So,
My
lot of
dad,
pressure.
my dad recently borrowed this movie, and he's like, "You want to see this movie?" And I shuddered. I just, he loved
Wow.
it. He loved it.
Wow.
I could not stand this movie. I really couldn't. I was sitting in the theater, looking at my popcorn, just checking out different sizes, because I just felt this. It's a good popcorn flick with friends, but in my opinion, it is no way near deserving of a top 15. So I'm sorry, Connor, but my answer is no.
Shashes. Truly shashes.
And I don't think nickname should follow on what I say.
I can't
but
say yes either then. I can't say yes either. Sorry.
Alright.
Again. Sorry, Connor. Sorry. I'm letting you down, I know.
It's my first episode and they're already crushing me, folks.
We're bringing you down to our level just slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's over to
Okay.
Ringo.
Ringo,
Okay.
go.
This movie that I'm at the list is one that's often overlooked. It was by me until I saw it about 2 or so months ago for the second time, and I'm like, holy shit, this is a great movie. How did I miss this? Batman Begins is my next pick. Now, the main thing I have here is the cast. Now, the story is brilliant. It's a great origin story. It's not really wasting anything. You get to see the important training periods, because we always see Batman doing shit, and it's like, all right, he wasn't bitten by a spider. He didn't, how did this guy become who he is? Brilliant story. The action's great, but the cast is where it gets to me. Christian Bale was introduced as Batman. He's amazing. He's already, by the end of this movie, he already cemented himself. And I know I don't need to tell this movie. I presume you guys have seen it. If not, I'll just continue doing so. Cillian Murphy is creepy as fuck. Excuse my French. Oh my god, he was horrifying. Liam Neeson is authoritative. He is amazing. And Michael Caine is an Alfred you haven't really seen before, but you got to love him by the end of this movie. So that is why I think Batman Begins should be on the top 10 list. Thank you.
Connor, what did you think?
It's definitely a great film, and I debated quite a long time whether or not I should put it next to The Dark Knight. However, I don't think Christopher Nolan's work deserves to take up 2 spots on the top 10.
That's
I think
a fair point.
I think his
How about
staple.
top 15? Because we're after top 15. Make sure you understand this is top 15,
Even in
not
top
10.
15, it would come under a 19 for me. I think it's a great film. I love all the characters, and I agree completely with what you said, but purely on the basis that The Dark Knight is his staple work, this, I think, needs to take that back seat. It is a top 10 after all, not top 10 Nolan.
Fair enough. I understand what you're saying, and that's what I had to jump through. But I just thought, based on quality of movie, I had to put this on there. But I understand your points. All right, Nick.
I totally understand both arguments. I love Ra's al Ghul. He is definitely one of the most compelling representations of a Batman character. But at the same time, I completely agree with Connor in that it definitely feels overshadowed by The Dark Knight. Because everything that the Batman Begins did well, The Dark Knight improved on so much better.
Fair
and
enough.
that's
alright.
So I'm going to have to say no for Batman Begins as well.
I now know how Connor feels, but it's okay.
It's going to happen to me shortly.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. Wait, that doesn't work since I'm already... Okay, never mind, continue.
Alright.
Nick?
It's my go, and I'm going to go for a one that I don't think you guys would have expected me to pick. My pick is Megamind.
Ooh.
This is DreamWorks' take on a superhero movie, but I feel like it does this really good idea of showing a superhero that doesn't want to be a superhero anymore, so he fakes his death, and then as a result, Megamind starts feeling neglected because it kind of feels like the Batman Joker dynamic. The Joker doesn't feel whole without Batman, and now that Batman's gone, he brings up this sidekick, but then the sidekick does whatever he wants with these powers, and now he has to turn to become the good guy all of a sudden. But no one wants to believe he's the good guy because everyone's always seen him as the bad guy. I feel like that's a really cool, interesting take on a superhero movie. So, plus Will Ferrell. I'm not usually that big of a fan of Will Ferrell in movies, but I really did like him in this movie. And Brad Pitt's in this movie, and what can I say? It's Brad Pitt. Yeah, Megamind is my pick.
Ringo?
It's always going to be... Look, okay, it has been a long time since I've seen this movie, but I remember it, and I think it did a great job at what it was trying to do. But that said, I don't think what it was trying to do deserves a spot on the top 15 for me. So I'm sorry, but my answer is no.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it's...
I totally get that.
Way to sugarcoat it, Connor. Jeez.
Look, it's a decent film. It was fairly star-studded, but Will Ferrell is a real hit and miss, and he often misses. The only film that I really like him in is Blades of Fury. But
I love that.
Wow, surprised.
Yeah, besides that,
Not even Elf? I thought he was alright in Elf.
he's over the top acting for me. It gets a bit tiring after a while.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, for top 10, definitely not. Top 15, no. Sorry.
No. Hey, I totally get that. We've all had one movie rejected off this list. Back to you.
Here we go. So, I'm gonna pick a more famous one, but it's not as famous as I think it should be. We've all seen Civil War, we've all seen Winter Soldier, and we can both claim that they all were fantastic pieces, but I really, really love the first Avenger. I think it captured a really strange moment in time in the I forget if it was 40s or 20s, but when the world was at war and everything was kind of this weird mix of everything super shit, but look at what the future can be. You know, look to the people that are braving the way in the world. And you take this character of Steve Rogers, and he's so humble. He's so sort of accepted. Like, he accepts that he's not going to go anywhere in the world. And then in just one tiny, sweet moment where he just chooses to think, he becomes the next big thing that could save the world. He fights the Nazis. He ends up conquering this guy who's raving lunatic, and he becomes the best soldier known to man. Why would you not? I mean, it's a superhero movie, again, in that definition of superhero, and this time he's got the abilities. This time he is a comic book hero. This is Captain America.
No one's doubting you there. No one's doubting you there at all.
This is Captain America, the first Avenger. Come on.
Alright, Nick, I want you to go start this one.
It's Batman Begins all over again. I liked the movie, but the sequels did it better, and they're probably are going to be more regarded Captain America movies than the first Avenger. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I thought Hugo Weaving was pretty good as Red Skull. I liked Steve Rogers, what's his name? Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, and I liked the dynamic between him and Bucky. Nice to see Jenna Coleman
I was
in
gonna
the
mention
Marvel Universe. But yeah, it definitely, everything that the first Avenger did felt improved with Winter Soldier and Civil War, and for that reason I can't put it on my list.
Now,
Sorry.
the one thing that makes this movie, that keeps me going with this movie, is that it's different in terms of, obviously, the setting's different, the time's different, which is why I really like this movie. But I have to agree with Nick with that argument that Winter Soldier Civil War just did it much better. So unfortunately, I just can't put it on the list. Sorry, Connor.
It's alright. I actually crossed it out before you guys even spoke. Like, I knew this was going to be one of those. Damn it.
Alright.
Oh boy. Alright. Mine's gonna get a couple of crosses, I can tell, but I'm still gonna attempt to talk about it. This is the movie that I thought you were gonna do when you said you had 2 animated movies, Nick. My pick goes to Big Hero 6. Now, this movie got a lot of hate, and I wouldn't be surprised if you two shone it. But I love this movie. This movie did a lot right. Look, I'm not gonna go into detail. Have you two seen this movie?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to go into detail because, frankly, I'm just really bad at selling movies or talking about like trying to sell anything. But I think with the themes of teenage anxiety, with the cast, the action, a bad guy in this movie, in a Disney movie that I actually didn't hate because, or not hate. I like to see villains, but this one just did it. I really enjoyed what he was doing. He didn't sing, he didn't dance, he just did what he was meant to do. Anyway, enough of that. I thought, you know, Baymax is the hero of the story. I actually cared about this robot, whether it's how he's introduced or how he cares for the group. I love the whole like how they get their powers. I think this is a fun, beautiful movie, which is why I think it deserves a top 10. And yeah, that's me done for Big Hero 6. Who wants to go first in saying no? Oh, I've already crossed it off, but who wants to go first?
Go for it, Connor.
This was a CGI fuckfest with lame characters to match.
He's laying down the law right now.
Yeah,
I watched this a few
I don't care.
times.
I'm not.
You go, man.
Me?
No, I'm saying, George. Ringo.
Oh no!
Oh,
No.
okay.
Go.
Okay.
Continue.
So, I watched this a few times, and most of that was because my sibling hadn't seen it, and my cousins wanted to see it at another time, and so I got to review it properly. The main character, I can't remember his name. He as someone who feels like they've suffered a certain amount of anxiety in their life, he feels like a really bland interpretation and almost slightly offensive. You know, it's like, oh, no, my brother died. And, like, I get that that's hard for a kid and everything, but he just ends up being a bit bratty and a bit sort of like, Disney's gone, oh, this is our best. You know, we put a bunch of money into the CGI and everything, but we couldn't be bothered with characters, you know. Baymax is cute and everything, but just, I felt like they dropped the ball with this one. This doesn't come close to a top 15. I'm sorry.
That's alright.
Sorry, Connor.
Oh!
I think why I like this movie a lot more is because I think the villain is definitely, not so much the heroes, but the villain was definitely the most compelling part of this story. And I empathize with him quite a lot, and I feel like, in regards to superhero movies, a superhero movie is only as good as your villain. And while I agree that I didn't necessarily feel like the superheroes were that great, I liked where the villain was coming from. Plus, also, Baymax is also a good addition to it. But yeah, I wouldn't put it too high on my list, but I think it would also just scrape into the top 15 for me, so...
I did not see that coming. Alright.
Full of surprises, aren't I?
Very tough, yeah. Okay. Nick, sorry?
Nick. Hang on, I'm checking. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 11.
Oh, boy.
My god, we
That
need to
was-
start picking 4 to go.
From 10 to 11, that was a big hurdle of just no, fuck no, God no. But, you know...
Most of those coming from me.
no. I thought about to... Okay.
I'm going to go completely left field. I'm going to go with an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I'm going Unbreakable. The dynamic between Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in this movie is really good. Particularly Bruce Willis. The idea of this ordinary person who gets superpowers, but has to try and deal. Like, he's constantly in denial about these powers, and having Samuel L. Jackson as the person that leads off, man, it's Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis. Just those two together were instantly going to be likable, and they just came off of Pulp Fiction, and the dynamic between those two still works. I just love the moral complexity of Bruce Willis in this movie about a person that doesn't want to have superhero powers, but just has to deal with it nonetheless. Just as a different way of interpreting This is what I love. I love superhero movies that find a different take on superhero movies, and I feel like this one does it really well. I know you guys are probably going to say no, but I still have to say this movie, though.
Ringo?
Connor? No, you're saying on this one because of what I have to say about this movie. So,
Pickable.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't think I could actually have put it better. I really love Samuel L. Jackson's character in this, and I love how he's sort of in pursuit of finding the comic book hero, the super person. He ends up becoming a villain. I love that sort of twisted sense of irony. This is back when, to quote CinemaSins, M. Night Shyamalan did good. So, of course.
Yes. And so that's a yes?
Yes.
Yes!
Now, I would have said the same. However, that's based solely on word of mouth. I have not seen this movie. And I intend to, but I have not seen this movie. But I heard it's remarkable, so I would have said yes anyway, based on your description.
Alright, back to you, Connor. We've got 3 to go.
I actually didn't have enough prepared for this. I was like, top 10 will
mine
be
are sort of
fine.
all gone, so...
Because you know.
Well, if we can't pick a 15, if we're stuck, we'll just go with what we've given. But I picked 15 just in case of 15, so we'll still whittle down what we have to 10 and then work from there. If you really don't have any left.
Okay. I'm going to throw a left field one as well. Even though it's not, they're not technically comic book superheroes, and they're not technically, they're technically grounded in another genre. I would like to submit Transformers. Not the Michael Bay stuff. Not the Michael Bay stuff. And this is where it gets into debate, because if you've seen the original...
Hang on. You do realise it's 2016. Where was there a non-Michael Bay Transformers in there?
That's right. I forget that I see these movies in my lifetime, and they're before that. Sorry, everyone, we're going to scratch that.
You can offer the original...
You can't go for
you
2007.
You got another pick there?
Oh. Well, look, Transformers 2007 was actually...
Continue, sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Can someone play the "We Have a Technical Fault" video? Like now?
Sure, I'm sure I can arrange that for you. Anyway,
alright.
Have you got another pick that's not ridiculous?
Good question. I had to think about the films that I all put up.
If you don't have any more, we'll just continue.
I'm going to do some research, find another one to put on the list.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to get 15. It's just 15 was the one I picked, and we'll just down to 10. So if there are, don't go out of your way to pick ones that you don't believe in. Put it that way.
Hold on, I've got. Oh no, that's a TV series. I've got a bunch of them on my computer at the moment. Okay, so that's a comic book hero though. It's a good film. It's like, okay, so this isn't technically a comic book hero, but it does have superpowers. So if you want to go on that technicality, yeah. This was released in 2009. It features some pretty highbrow actors, like the likes of George Clooney and Ewan McGregor, as well as some others. But this Jeff Bridges as well. Sorry, this features a reporter, because I'm assuming you two haven't seen it. This is Men Who Stare at Goats.
No, I've not
Nope,
seen it.
I have not seen it.
Because in all honesty, this trailer looks stupid, and I was like, I don't really want to see this.
Yeah.
But try and sell us. Try and convince me.
This follows a reporter, Ewan McGregor's character, and he learns of the shifty stuff that the military did in the 70s, where they started experimenting with things. Jeff Bridges' character is the leader of this platoon, and he effectively experiments with large amounts of drugs and large amounts of sort of meditation and whatnot, but it mostly follows Ewan McGregor's understanding through George Clooney's character, who is on the run. He believes himself to be hunted. This is a really funny film. It's set mostly in the Middle East, so there's quite a lot of colour, surprisingly, for something that's mostly yellow and blue. The wit, the sort of turnaround and everything, you sort of get to the end where Kevin Spacey pops up. His character is some sort of really snide and sly character, but he's Kevin Spacey in the most sort of basic form of just his excellence in acting. You have George Clooney being uncharacteristically sort of crazy and eccentric, and Ewan McGregor slowly begins to believe, and like, I don't necessarily believe in like this greater outer world stuff, but I really began to relate to him. I really found his journey interesting, and it's one of those films that, while not technically a comic book hero, I reckon it deserves a spot in some form of top 15. Let it be this one.
Nick, you're first.
There's gonna be multiple top 15s.
Just give it to him.
I
Come
feel,
on.
I feel like I feel like the episode title should just be called "Sorry, Connor."
Yeah. Sorry, Connor. Let's go.
Sorry,
Alright, it's
Connor.
not on. Let's move on. No.
It's the most used.
Hang on,
it's the
Ringo.
most used-
Yes or no? Would you include it or not?
I want to watch it because the poster says George Clooney, Ewan McGregor, Kevin Spacey, and Goat. And like,
Yeah.
it's just
See, that's
a
the thing.
goat.
I like the casting choices, but I'm just like, I don't see this as a superhero movie.
That's-
Even though you try to explain it as it is, I'm just like, I don't understand how. It
I
could
see it as a good movie, but not a good superhero
Yeah.
movie. So I have to say
Thank
no
you.
as well. Sorry.
That's alright, I pulled it out
But-
of thin air, but whatever. I'll try not to let it go to my pride.
Now it's my turn to do the same. Pull something out of thin
Yeah.
air. Oh boy. Okay, let's go with. See, I don't feel good about these choices because they're not ones that I previously chose. But you know what? It's worth a shot. I was considering saying this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. There's a movie that came out last year, and it's called Ant-Man. All right, now, have you two seen this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Connor's like,
You
Connor's yes.
sound
is
so
like,
depressing there, Connor.
now,
Gee, I wonder what you're going
is
to think
this
of the movie.
amazing movie? No, but I
Good
thought- I thought it was. I think it's fun. The cast was good. The story is good. It was a hero that I laughed at when they revealed the thing, but I think Paul did a great job. The villain is, the villain's good. And
The villain's good.
the battle with him leading the ants is just so freaking memorable, and I'm pulling this out of my ass right now. But Ant-Man has to go in the top 15. I said it. All right, so that's
No.
that's me wasting my time.
Yeah, no.
I can't agree with it. There's one scene I liked, and it was the scene from the trailer where
Oh, boy.
you see the bad guy get hit by the toy train. And I get the feeling that was the Edgar Wright part of the movie. And that's a shame, because if Edgar Wright directed it, I feel like a lot of the problems I have with the movie might have been
Oh, yeah.
better. And I'm just like, this feels very generic. I mean, I didn't mind Paul Rudd. I thought he played Ant-Man quite well. I didn't mind Michael Douglas as the original Ant-Man. But yeah, it's just
All right. Connor, you didn't say anything.
I,
It's okay.
I had a lot more problems with it than I should have.
That's alright. I agree that if Edgar Wright did it, I'd probably have a more fun time selling this movie. But
Connor, yes, no, what?
don't say it, but say it like sugarcoat it. Be like, no, instead of like just go like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. You know, I don't know.
It goes down for me about as well as vodka and vinegar.
Look, I pulled this out of my ass because I couldn't think of anything else.
That,
From goats to ants, I think we're like on a real bad line here. But Nick,
we'll finish
what
up
do you
with
got?
Alright, I don't know if one of you guys will agree with this choice, but we were talking before about Captain America, and I can't not mention Civil War here. I feel like it did the dynamic between having having hero sides work much more well than, say, Batman vs Superman. There are definitely problems with this movie, but I feel like the action in the scene really worked. The introduction of Black Panther was really good. The reintroduction of Spider-Man was really good, despite it being very short, brief appearances. I feel like they really captured the essence of Spider-Man really well. What can I say? It's not perfect, but I feel like there is a lot that you could take out of this movie and say, oh, I really enjoyed that. I don't think it'll be high on everyone's list, but if we're talking about top 15, I feel like it should be on this list.
Ringo.
Alright, I'll as well. To me, this movie is Avengers 3 with a better story. Simply because they've sold this movie as two teams fighting on an airport, you know, at an airport. But apart from that, yes, it had its flaws, but I think it tackled with some things that have been, you know, mentioned at least by me prior to this movie coming out, and I think, you know, I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably one of the better movies to come out superhero wise. So I'm gonna say, yeah, not wholeheartedly, but yeah, I'll put this on the list. Top 15, not top 10.
Yeah. Connor, yes or no? What would you have said?
No.
No.
I think my problem was very similar to every major Civil War comic fan out there, was that it felt civil battle, civil scuffle around the coffee table. You know, this was not a civil war, and announcing that title, it generated a lot of hype, but it really could never live up to its expectations. It came out as one of the better films at the time, but if I'm going to be honest, 2016 wasn't a great year for superhero films, so I don't feel like it's the cream of the crop. It's just the milk that hasn't gone off yet. So I wouldn't put it. I'd probably put it 18. I think that was where I had it, but yeah, not 15.
Yeah.
But it still goes on.
Fair enough. Okay, do you have any more movies that you would want to put on this list, Connor?
Hold on. I had this. Can't reverse it. I had something else in the slot where I had Captain America 1, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah. Yeah.
So you got nothing?
I got nothing.
Ringo.
Spider-Man 3 was a revolutionary. Okay, I'm done. That's it. I can't. I know this will be so hard, but my top 10 has basically made it, minus a couple. I'm scrolling through here and just the one that I just did not like.
Must feel great having most of your top 10.
Yeah, I think Nick. I think not calling this episode "Sorry, Connor" is like a crime. It is the most used phrase in this episode by far.
Especially by me.
Yeah, even more than the word superhero. I'm certain.
Alright, so I'm going to do one more pick and then I guess we'll whittle it down to top 10.
Yep.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
Have not seen it.
Seriously, I've not seen it.
I have not had the I don't know how to feel about it. I don't want to see it because I'm scared of how it will be. So I haven't seen it.
How about you, Connor? Have you seen X-Men: Days of Future
Yeah,
Past?
many times, and I actually own a copy.
Ooh,
Ooh.
this could be a yes.
Alright, so...
Sell it to
Okay,
me.
X-Men Days of Future Past. So, it starts off with these robots called Sentinels that are attacking the X-Men and basically wiping them out one by one. So Kitty Pryde uses Wolverine's immortality to go back in time to the 70s to prevent the Sentinels from being made. And it has this really nice dynamic of having... This movie has both the old X-Men cast in it as well as the new X-Men cast. And they are much more... It's really fascinating to see, because they always go back and forth between seeing all the old X-Men heroes die by the hand of the Sentinels, and then cutting back to the young ones and how what caused the Sentinels to be made and trying to reverse that. And the very best plus side about this movie, it completely retcons X-Men 3: The Last Stand, and any movie that does that gets a thumbs up from me. There you go. There's my selling point to you.
Well, Ringo, since you haven't seen the film, why don't you go?
We don't even. Okay, I'm gonna just get. We don't have 15, so might as well. Sure. I'm not even gonna judge it. Like, sure. I mean, sure. Yeah.
Connor, would you have said yes?
This is actually one of the ones I debated about quite heavily because I thought
Ooh.
it had a place in the top 10, and I thought it would definitely have a place in the top 15, and I'm still really on the fence about it. In comeuppance against other things, I don't think it quite makes 15, but given that we seem to be lacking in agreement, I do agree. I do think it should be up there, but the reason I would put it in a top 15 is it's one of those films that mixed around with like that sort of idea, and even though the Sentinels were always something that happened in X-Men sort of canon, it was good that they used it to sort of benefit. It was a shame that they went straight onto Apocalypse and did so poorly.
And screwed it up again.
Yeah, but it still makes me excited for what they set up to Logan, because I'm really hyped for that. So I would
And
definitely
that looks great. That trailer, man. That trailer looks great.
They played my favourite song, so that works.
Totally. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 14, and I'm going to say that's close enough.
I think some of the late ones listed can easily be shoved off when we get down to turning 14 to 10.
Yeah.
Because like they were like just picks, because why not? So can you just let us just?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all the movies, and I'll give you the minute to establish your top 10 and we'll figure out the top. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. So we have Deadpool, Incredibles, V for Vendetta, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers, Wanted, Big Hero 6, Dark Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, Spider-Man 2, X-Men: Days of Future Past, Unbreakable, and Kick-Ass. Do you need any of those repeated?
Could I have them in text format?
Sure. Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah, that probably would have been better. I managed to get down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 13 out of 14. I think that's pretty impressive. Now, a couple of these I haven't seen, so... Alright, that's useful. Thank you very much. Alright. Okay, so... How is this going to go down? Us turning 15?
Okay, so we all say what our bottom pick is, and if it's not the same, we'll just keep going higher and higher until we find one that's mutually agreeable. So if 2 out of the 3 say the same movie as the bottom one, we'll just move on to the next one. If it's not, we'll go to the one above it, and then if those are multiple, would pick that as... Do you guys make sense?
Wait, who said yes to Spider-Man 2?
Nick did.
I did.
Oh, I did not. I totally
did.
forgot you said. Okay, that's.
Connor didn't want it because he's a sadistic bastard. But I picked it. Yes.
Which one did I say that you both? All right, never mind. All right, we're good. All right, so bottom one.
Hang on. Yeah.
It's got to be one I haven't seen. Like that only makes sense.
For me, my bottom one out of that list, like number 14, would be Big Hero 6.
How about you, Ringo? What would you be your bottom pick?
My bottom pick would go to. I say give it to Civil War.
Really? Civil War 4?
Yes.
Well, mine is Big Hero 6 too, so too bad.
How'd that even make it if you're gonna both shove it out? All right, because
I liked it, but it was definitely... Yeah, okay.
Now, fair note, I haven't seen 3 of these movies, but I'm just gonna roll with the punches.
I'm just looking like, which ones do I really want on this list? That's the hardest part.
My number 13 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I've made a list of the ones I definitely want up there.
Should play some, like, I Dream of Genie. Are we all?
Well, okay. Now that Big Hero 6 is taken out, what would be your number 13 pick?
Wait, Connor, me? Who
You,
was that?
Ringo.
Was that me? Me? I want
Well,
to say.
Yes.
I want to say. I'm gonna vote for. Wanted.
Wow.
Yeah, Wanted.
Okay, my number 13 pick was Captain America Civil War. So do you want to go... What would be your pick above the one you've just picked? So what would be your number 12?
Spider-Man 2.
And we'll establish that as number 13.
Mine's Civil War.
Mine would be V for Vendetta, so that makes Civil War number 13 then. There you go.
Civil War's out. All right.
Civil War is now out. So we have... Yeah, Dark Knight, Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy, Incredibles. You know the list, that you've seen it, it's all good.
Yeah.
Alright, number
Alright.
12. What would be your number 12 pick now? Knowing that Big Hero 6 and
Guardians
Captain...
of the Galaxy.
Wanted.
Yeah, Wanted. Sorry.
Ooh, Wanted's out. All right.
We're cruising through
I
this.
don't know who you
Now it's
are,
11.
but I will find you,
And I will
and
kill
I will make you like it.
you. Well, it's not a bad movie, it's just... I just would rather rate majority of these higher. Alright, number 11.
Really? Spider-Man 2?
Number 11, what would you pick?
Spider-Man 2.
Ringo?
As much as I tried to sell it, Spider-Man 2 is also my
It's
pick.
an unanimous vote for number 11. Spider-Man 2 it is.
So now we have our top 10.
Ooh. Oh, this is you get into the nitty gritty. Alright. What would you guys rate as number 10? So knowing that we have Dark Knight, Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy, Incredibles, Iron Man, V for Vendetta, X-Men Days of Future Past, Avengers, Unbreakable, and Kick-Ass. Kiss-Ass.
Just a lesser known porn adaptation of that film.
Alright.
I would go The Incredibles. Where's my number 10?
Ooh. Okay. Well, look, the thing is, I feel bad voting for ones that I haven't seen, but for me, it's going to go for Days of Future Past.
I'm going to go Kick-Ass. So, we'll have to progress to
Ooh.
the next one above it. What would be your number 9 pick to push down? Yeah.
It's actually going to be Days of Future Past for me.
All right. I can live with
So-
I can live with that.
okay.
X-Men Days of Future Past, number 10.
All right.
All right. Crossing that off my crossing that there. All right. You guys ready for number 9?
Hmm.
What would be your number 9 pick?
Incroyable.
What was that?
Incroyable. There's Incroyable.
Ah, Incredibles. Right. I understand now.
Uh,
what would
That's
be?
a nice little reference for you. Bon voyage.
The thing, I can't put the Incredibles that low. I'm very sorry. Mine's gonna go for Kick-Ass.
I'm going Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is number 9.
No, number 9.
All right. What would be your number 8 pick?
Incredibles. I don't want it that far low down or far up my list.
It's far up mine. I'm sorry to say.
Nah. But is it far up next? Is the question.
Yeah, very important question. What would? Okay, my number 8 is going to be V for Vendetta. I love the movie.
That is also my number 8. That's also my number
there
8.
you go, V for Vendetta, number 8.
Nick, if The Incredibles is in the top 5 for you, I am
Yes.
going to come to your state. I will stuff scones into your computer, and I will make you hate that film. No.
Are you gonna walk? Are you gonna walk to New South Wales? Because I know Ringo's already gonna do that. So may as well join him.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, for starters, I never remember saying that. Secondly, Connor lives in the same state as I am, and is working on the same movie as I am. So I'm extremely scared for my life and my
Hey,
computer.
you're his boss. You're his boss. You tell him what to do. All right.
He does
Incredibles is a good damn movie, alright?
not good enough.
Oh boy. You're gonna hate what I ranked it, bloody hell. Alright,
You ranked it
Spoilers,
3, didn't
number
you?
1.
You put it up there.
Right, number 7. What would you guys put as number
Have you-
7?
Have you already put Spider-Man 2 out?
Spider-Man 2 is number 11.
Good. Okay.
We've already removed Spider-Man 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nick?
Avengers.
Unbreakable. Only because I can't speak much for it. Except it's the only movie that I haven't seen that I know is good. Hence why it's so far up.
Alright, number 6. What would you guys pick as your number 6 then?
Iron Man.
Dark Knight.
I feel like you're trolling, but I'm pretty sure you're not. For me, it's going to be Unbreakable. So, Unbreakable goes to number 7. Alright, number 6. What would be your number 6 pick?
Dark
Iron
Knight.
Man.
Again, Avengers. So let's go to number 5. What would be your number 5 pick? Like, if considering the ones that have been taken, what would be your number 5 pick?
Well, realistically, The Incredibles is going to be up there for both of you, so I can't do much, apparently. So I'm not
You
going to
can
waste
still
time
say it, it just won't matter.
Look, I'd like The Incredibles to be out of this list. I'm putting that on the record. Everyone, you heard it here first. But, let's not waste it. I will put... I'm just trying to remember what all the ones have been knocked off. I'll put Dark Knight.
Ooh, alright. This is number 5, right?
Yeah, this is considering the ones we've already said for number 6. Considering no one's unanimous, we go above 1 to see what we pick as number 5, number 5 pick, and if there's a majority there, we use that as a number 6.
Okay.
So,
My number 5, so my number 6 wasn't voted on, so I'll just go up number 5. My number 5 is going to the Avengers.
mine was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. So, considering that both of those have had a majority of 2 picks, Connor, you get the choice. What would you rank lower? Guardians of the Galaxy? There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy is number 6.
Alright.
Does that mean the Avengers is number 5 then?
If you want it to be number 5, go for it.
No, I want it to be higher.
What would you pick as your number 5 pick?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
I'm sorry, I can't put that low. So, what's this now?
Fine,
Number
then
five?
put The Incredibles there.
No. So this is number
Yes,
5.
number 5.
Currently, my number 5 is going to Iron Man.
Ooh. Again, Avengers. Let's go up one more, because we have Dark Knight, Iron Man, Avengers is all our picks. So, knowing that, go to our number 4 pick. What would be in number 4, knowing that?
Deadpool.
Avengers.
I'm going Dark Knight. Alright, cool. Alright, so knowing that, Connor, you get to choose which one's lower. Avengers or the Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
No, Dark Knight is
Oh,
number
boy.
5.
I did not see that coming at all, how low that was ranked.
I did tell you Avengers was my favourite. I will not let it burn.
Alright.
Alright, number 4 now?
4, Avengers.
Deadpool.
Iron Man.
I love how we're just like completely different here.
This is actually a fuckfest right here. Like, we cannot fucking decide. Okay.
So hang on,
Number
our 3
3?
picks were, hang on, I just wanted to clarify. So our 3 picks were Iron Man, Avengers, and what was the other one?
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Everyone's not touched Incredibles yet. Alright,
Because I know The Incredibles is going to be George's number 1. I know it's probably your 3rd.
let's go next one above it. What would be the one above your one you just picked?
Mine's
So wait,
Deadpool.
is that 3 now? Are we, what's our top 3rd?
Yeah, so we've established that we can't decide number 4, so we're going to go to the number 3 to figure out number 4.
Iron Man.
Deadpool.
Deadpool goes number 4.
Ooh.
That's good.
I'm just amazed at this list because I'm like, yeah, I would probably not have picked this any other time. Especially the Dark Knight being number 5. Like, wow.
Why is Dark Knight number 5? Jesus
Alright,
Christ.
so just to clarify, our top 3 in no order yet are The Incredibles, Iron Man, and The Avengers. So,
Definitely 3 movies that have had an effect. I think most of us can agree on
let's
that.
just say none of the top 10 are actually bad. It's just
Oh, God, no.
Except The Incredibles.
Oh, well, Connor, I want to sit with you on the next day of filming, and for a solid half an hour... No, actually, no, but better yet, I want to watch the entire movie. I want you to tell me, in, like, comprehensive detail, why you do not like this movie. Like, thorough, because I really want to understand why. Anyway,
Because it's just not that good.
that's not comprehensive, Connor.
I want you guys to record. Like, I want to get someone to just record you two talking about
It's
this.
gonna be what we submit on like the release day and lead up to it uploading the full Skipperino film. We'll
It's gonna be
release the
Skipperino Civil War.
Anyway, number 3,
Number
guys.
3, Avengers. Still saying
Incredibles.
Avengers.
Iron Man.
Wow. Fuck off.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Iron Man.
The Avengers.
Iron Man.
Oh, you did it as well.
Iron Man's number 3. Can't believe it.
I can already tell that my pre-planned top 10 is already in motion.
Fucking
Number 2.
Incredibles.
Guess what? Avengers.
Number 2, Avengers.
Wow, well there you go. So the number 1 superhero movie between 2000
The
and
Incredibles.
2016 is The Incredibles. Oh man, we're gonna
Like-
get so much hate for this.
How though? Like, in my opinion, this movie did so much right and it wasn't even based on
I'm not even
anything.
disagreeing with it.
I love this movie.
I'm perfectly fine with the list as
Like-
it is, but at the same time,
I'm gonna get
I know I'm gonna get hated for
I'm gonna get like, yes, we're gonna get hate, but we're gonna be like, I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna regret my choice. Friggin' Connor here is like just probably stabbing himself right now.
He's got the eye twitch. The eye
James
twitch, you know?
McAvoying my computer at the moment when he does like the thing with 2 fingers to his temple.
That is the list. I cannot believe it.
Oh man, I'll probably upload the list.
All I wanted was the Avengers and the Incredibles to be high.
I'm gonna
And I'm
upload
happy
the
with that.
list to the Facebook page after we release the episode on Facebook and you're going to upload it there. So we can see the hate.
What a list.
We can consume the
What
hate.
a list.
Oh, no.
How many hours
my-
is this?
I don't know.
3.5.
Well, look, we said we'd start at 8 o'clock.
You know what? I
so
will
holy
probably
crap.
separate this into 2 parts.
That's a good idea. The Mysterio part and the superhero freaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
one of
breakdown
them's
shit
one of
fest.
them's like whatever you want to be. The other one's sorry, Connor.
Sorry, Connor. Definitely, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's the
All right,
extended
so
cut.
Incredibles. The Incredibles is 2 out of 3, #1 movie of, and because Nick and I both have it first, therefore it's Connor's first as well. You're welcome, Connor. I said that out of spite. Obviously, it's not Connor's first. Now, Connor, what your first would have been Avengers, yeah?
Yes.
Or was that something? Yeah.
What a
alright.
shock.
Mine, Avengers is just #2. I love that movie, but I had to put Incredibles first.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this
Oh
and I'm like,
my God.
I can't really disagree with the majority of this list. Alright, I guess we've went way too long here, so I'll just quickly wrap this up.
Yep.
Geofaxx, Connor, where can people find you?
Hopefully not, because because if you're finding me and I don't know about it, then that's a bit strange. But to those who already know my name or already know my face, congratulations, you're a Pocketeer, or you've watched Good Game Pocket. To the others, I am on Twitter, YouTube to a small degree, though I don't use it that much, and I'm on Instagram and the remnants of Vine at CO_ST_MA.
Is that for all of them? Or just...
That is for all of them.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, Ringo, where can people find you?
People can find me at, hopefully not in real life, but as Connor said, on Twitter at GCAP42, and Blackwood Films is my Facebook page, where I will be posting Skipperino related content.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
you can find me at Twitter at nquest63. We have a Facebook page at Bigger on the Inside AU, because apparently there's another podcast called Bigger on the Inside. Who'd have thought?
Is there
Yeah,
actually?
There actually is.
Oh god.
Um,
I googled it. I googled the name. What?
Yeah, no, I found out on Twitter. I
Anyway.
found on Twitter there was a podcast, so that surprised me the most. And you can find me on YouTube as Nickname. So, yeah, there you go. I hadn't announced it, but I've actually started posting content on there now, so it makes sense to come check me out. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next time,
It's been a big ride. See you guys.
Nickname out.
Geofaxx out.
Oh, I gotta say GCAP out now. GCAP out. See ya, guys. What the hell was I
See ya,
thinking?
guys.
What the frick is that? I'm really tired when I say see ya, guys, in a podcast. God damn.
I'm just loving the...
I'm so sorry, Connor. I really am. 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 Sorry, Connor. I really am.